Friends, it's Tammy. I'm joining you in my bathroom late at night. All the kids and hubby are pretty much relaxing and sleeping, and they are all sick. So I'm kind of hiding in my bathroom. But I did want to deliver a video today. I've been wanting to do it all day, but it's been just such a crazy week. Like, we've been everywhere. I don't even know where to start with this. I mean, like, we had our 5-year anniversary past weekend, so we went, we celebrated that. We went to the nature park. We went to our favorite restaurant. Yesterday we had a pool party with some friends. Today it was like a pizza party with other friends. That was a fun week. But I mean, like, we've been also sick on and off, and like the kids, and it's been crazy. So I'm joining you late at night in my bathroom. So today I'm going to be doing the multilingual tag that Sarah biomammy did. Mind you, I'm on my phone, so there's going to be no editing. Everything that I say is, what is going on in this moment, and so I can't edit any little parts out, so I'm sorry about that. The other thing I wanted to say is, before I start the tag, I wanted everybody that is watching this to please have, in your thoughts and prayers, Jessica from the Mommy Archives. She's a dear friend of mine. She's very sweet. She's like one of pretty much the nicest people that I've ever met in my life. And I am so sad for her. Like, this morning when I was reading her Facebook, she found out that she had lost her pregnancy with her 2 babies, and it was so sad. I was literally crying. Like, I couldn't believe it. I don't know, I was just so hopeful that there would be a positive outcome out of this, and there wasn't. And the only thing that I can think of is, I'm so glad that she's still alive and that she's going to still be able to be a mother to Kennedy, because she is an amazing mom, and it would have been such a waste if it wouldn't have been the case, and that she, something would have happened to her, God forbid. And I'm just so happy that she's still around and that she's going to continue being Kennedy's mom. And, I feel like we have to look at the positive side in this. So please send her light and send her good prayers her way. So now we're going to start the tag. So basically what it is just, families with children who talk 3 languages. I don't know who talks more than, at least 2 languages, but I pretty much tag everybody who has, 3 languages or more in their house. So there's like 9 questions, and I'm going to go through them with you guys. And I know that a lot of you had questions regarding how we do it in our house, and I'm gonna answer all those questions right now because they're pretty thorough. So the first one is, how old are all of my children? So I have an 8-year-old son, a 3.5-year-old daughter, and a 1-year-old daughter. So question number 2, what languages are they learning? So they are learning English, French, and Spanish. Question number 3, how are they learning them? All right, so I talk in French mostly with my kids. My hubby talks to them, to the girls mostly in either Spanish or French, because, they do respond better to French because I talk to them in French, but he does talk to them in Spanish as well. And me and my hubby always talk in English together. So they're always in contact with English, and we even watch like all of our movies and shows, and even when I put them cartoons, it's always in English. So they really understand English pretty well now at this point. So how do they speak each language? Is there one dominant? Well, I think that generally speaking, there's always a dominant language when you're teaching more than one. And us, definitely it's French, because I've always talked to my kids in French first. And then there would be English as a second language, because they're just exposed to it so much, with me and my hubby always talking in English. And then you have the Spanish that comes in 3rd place. At the moment, they're not like super fluent in Spanish, but I feel like they're starting to learn, and they definitely understand a lot. So I feel like it starts out that way. Like with English, it was the same with my son. Like he didn't really talk English until he was like 6. When he was 6, it kind of like, I don't know, when from the day to the next, he was just kind of talking. So I feel like it's going to be the same with Spanish. All right, so the other question is, why did I choose to teach them those languages? Well, for me, the answer is simple. Like, I know those languages, so obviously I'm going to teach them to my kids, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it's such a part of our daily life. Like, I wouldn't see myself just talking one language. Like, I've been talking my whole life, I've been like fluently bilingual, and I always kind of switch from one language to the other. And actually, when I started doing my YouTube videos, that's something that I found incredibly hard, because I was so used to switching from one language to the other that I literally forget words sometimes. Like when I'm talking in English, well, it's been getting better because, you know, YouTube, I got used to it. But like before, I was like, damn, what's that word? Like I would always like kind of go back, and I always had to edit those parts out. And sometimes I literally had to go check on the internet what the word was. So it's not that I didn't know it. It's just, I just so used to jumping from one to the other. So yeah. What's the other question? So far, did your children encounter any difficulties in their languages? Not really. I mean, I don't really push them too much to learn them like right away. Like, I just figure that, you know, eventually when they're going to be older, they're going to know them, you know, pretty well. So at the moment, like, I don't know, I just teach them French really good, and English is just kind of, it comes along with our household. Like, it just, there's so much English in our house, and like Spanish, it comes from more from my husband's side. So I don't know, like I feel like eventually they're going to know them, and I don't really put too much pressure on them to know it. So I wouldn't say there's been any difficulties. Question number 7, did you as a parent encounter any difficulties so far? The only thing I have to say about that is maybe judgment regarding other people. Like I've had a comment once like that I didn't teach English to my son and why, and like kind of a pretty negative comment. I'm not going to go into the details, but I don't know, it's like sometimes people kind of judge, I feel. Yeah, like they all have their own opinions, and you know, especially here in Quebec, like, I don't know, it's always like this war between English and French people, and like, oh no, you gotta teach them just French, or no, English, and I don't know, I kind of find it silly, but yeah. So that was pretty much the difficulty that I have encountered, but I don't really pay much attention to it, so it's not that much of a big deal, honestly. So the other question is, did you as a, no, that's the question I just answered. The other question is, what advice would you give to parents considering a multilingual path? Well, the only thing I gotta say in that regards is, you know, do what feels right for you, what feels natural. Don't force it. Just do it how you feel it. That's my only advice. So last question is, what challenges do I see ahead? I read that question like 3 times. I didn't even know what to answer, because I don't feel like there will be many challenges. Maybe the only thing is like, you know, kind of mixing like I do. Like sometimes when you know more than one language, you kind of mix languages, and sometimes you get lazy. I don't know, like instead of like looking for the word or trying to say it, you kind of just say it in the other language because you know it in the other language. So that's pretty much the only like challenge that I see ahead, because I pretty much see like just good stuff coming out of it, because like I just feel like it's such an advantage to be able to communicate in more than one language, because it opens so many avenues and so many doors talking to different kinds of people. You know, you're not just limited to one language. So yeah, that's pretty much my answers to this tag. Like I said, like I pretty much tag everybody who has children and who, you know, decided to choose a multilingual path for their kids. And I would be interested in knowing what your answers are and stuff like that. So definitely, you know, message me if you do decide to do the video, and I would love to see it. So that's pretty much it. I hope you thumbs up this video if you like it, and don't forget to, you know, have Jessica and her family in your prayers. So I'll see you guys later.